All right, we are live. All right, hello everybody. Thank y'all for joining us. My name is Chad Crenshaw. I'm one of the co-founders of BulletProof Real Estate Agent. We help real estate agents get more listings organically without any ad cost. I'm here with Debbie Harmer, her and her husband Ken. They've been with BulletProof now for about 10 months. They're referred to by another one of our clients, Mark Lynch. Now they have 73 five-star reviews on Google. She's a realtor out of Westchester, Ohio. Is that correct?
Yeah, close to Cincinnati.
All right, perfect. So in April of 2024, we built her website, which is harmerhometeam.com. You ought to go check it out. It's an absolutely beautiful website. They are with EXP, Debbie and Ken. They're considering joining us at the Tom Ferry Summit, which at the end of August. I don't even know what month it is. We're so busy over here. So anyways, thank y'all for joining us. Debbie, I appreciate you jumping on. This is the favorite part, my absolute favorite part of BulletProof, which is actually taking time to meet some of our clients, hear some of your success stories. So welcome and thank you for jumping on.
Hey, no problem. My pleasure.
So if you could do us a huge favor, if you could just really kind of go through real quick, who you are, what you do, who your team is, and just give us a quick little, 60-second rundown.
Okay, yeah. So we are close to Cincinnati. We serve everywhere from Cincinnati up into the Dayton area. We live right in the middle, so we can easily serve both locations, which is really nice. We have been in real estate pretty much our whole lives. We flipped houses before I was an actual realtor. And so we have a special insight into different aspects of what investors need, as well as homeowners looking for their perfect home. We strive to have excellent customer service. Nobody is ever bothering us. And we just really strive to be a part of somebody's team and know that they've got somebody to count on every step of the way through the process.
Well, perfect. You you look the part. We've talked to a few people every now and then, and they just don't look as professional and sound as professional as you. So it's nice to have someone of your stature on here. So with that being said, I would like to go ahead and just jump into a couple quick questions with you.
Perfect. Sure.
Before you joined BulletProof, what problems did you have? What have you tried a little bit in the past? What problems did you have prior to joining, the BulletProof family?
So biggest problem for real estate agents across the board is leads. So we have a good referral base, and we would get quite a bit of business every year from that. But when you're trying to work at a high level, and especially when we're a husband and wife team, having ongoing lead generation has never been easy for us, especially, I'm going to blame it maybe on our age, that we are not too savvy with social media. We don't love it. So we have a presence, but we never did what it took to actually get leads that way. And nor did we want to learn the skill set of that. So we tried many different things, paying thousands of dollars a month to some lead generation sources, and always had a return on investment on that, but it was at high risk, it was high stress, and there was never going to be an end to it, was the thing. It was just month by month was going to be different, and it just stressed us out to think about that amount of money going out every single month and not knowing where your return was going to be.
That makes a ton of sense. We actually put solar panels on our house here recently, my wife and I, because it's almost the same thing you're talking about. You go pay for leads every single month, and we pay for our power. We pay our electricity bill. And then if we're never really investing into it, like I see BulletProof as the organic foundation to all real estate agents' businesses. So you're not paying month to month for actual leads. We're actually building you that giant foundation. We put solar panels, and at a point, these solar panels, they'll be paid off, and we'll just be producing everything, and we'll get to reap the reward for a long time. And that's how we see the actual organic growth of the foundation you're building here at BulletProof. And your foundation now is absolutely incredible. We're thrilled. I think you're currently ranking number 4. So we almost have you in those top 3 spots. And that's amazing. In only 10 months, we're incredibly excited for you. So,
well, especially because of where I was coming from, right? So with no real online presence to speak of, no social media, when people Googled me, they may get something that was real estate related. They may not. If they Googled like real estate agent near me, if I even was on there somewhere, it was so many pages back that nobody would ever get that far. So it's not like some of your clients that are already have YouTube channel and different things like that, that have some sort of a presence to at least work with. I had nothing. And now I'm number 4.
yeah, it's really is amazing. We have a joke all the time. We say, starting at page 2 is where they bury the bodies, because nobody ever goes past page 2. That's why our whole premise is we help real estate agents get on the first page of Google, and then ultimately in that holy grail, which is the top 3 sections. So we're glad we brought you away from all the bodies that are buried past page 1.
Me too.
The second question would be, what have you tried before you signed up with Bulletproof? What are some of the other programs you bought outside of just buying leads or ads? Did you use Zillow before? What are the other platforms maybe that you tried?
Okay, so I'm an easy sale. So I've tried a lot of things. Anybody that called me that said that they could make my life easier, because I knew I did not want to develop that skill set of trying to figure all this out. I have my plate full. I did not want to develop one other skill set, and I knew there had to be a better way. So anybody that called me that sounded like they could make my life easier, I was absolutely all in on trying it. So I did, yes, tried Zillow leads. We had entire zip codes. We paid a lot of money to them. We tried several programs through Realtor.com. And again, those were not terrible. We did get leads, but it was going to be an every single month expense that really was taxing on us. Then as far as people to help us with our online presence, we tried RealGrader that said that they would optimize all these things. It did not move the needle for us. Maybe there's things that we were supposed to do that we did not do. I don't know. We tried something called listing referrals that they made ISA calls for us and set appointments to our calendar. Supposed to do that. Again, we got but that was maybe one of our biggest mistakes. We didn't get anything out of that whatsoever. And we had to pay up front for so many leads that they would get and work for a lifetime for us until we got them. That panned out to be absolutely horrifically bad for us. What else have we tried? Pretty much anything out there that would optimize your social media, post for you, do anything like that. We learned along the way that does not work for various reasons for us, maybe for somebody else, but for us, it did not work, any of them.
Perfect. That is a lot. That's actually, I think, the most I've ever heard on people trying, but that's not your fault. If any of them actually came through, you would have stopped looking for something else.
Yes.
So we're glad you finally landed over here on Bulletproof. So what do you think? We're always trying to innovate. We have so many things in the pipeline that we just keep, even though the program now works incredibly well for everybody, we just keep stacking and stacking on top. So what do you think has been the difference between the other things that you've tried and what makes Bulletproof, more effective than everything up to this point, in your opinion?
Okay. So one thing I know is different is the customer care that you guys provide. So possibly maybe one of the other programs would have worked if I knew exactly how to be a part of it. And so there were a few things that had their own platforms that if you did various things, then it would put other things in motion, but they were so complicated and I just never could figure it out, and I would give up. And so with Bulletproof, what was different is you have 3 weekly calls. And on one of the very first calls, Anthony, one of the work owners there, is that right?
That's correct. He's one of the co-founders. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I asked him questions because he laid out 6-7 things that maybe we could do to improve our ranking on Google. all of which sounded complicated to me. And so I was like, okay, give me one thing to do, because if you give me 6, I'm going to do none of them. And so he hopped on a call with me afterwards, and he did exactly that. He's like, okay, here's your next step. So he helped me baby step it, and then helped me when there was a problem and I ran into an issue. I had somebody to go, okay, I got this far, but I don't know how to do this part of it. And then he would hop on with me again and help me through it. And so that was the kind of hand, and I'm embarrassed to admit that I needed that level of hand holding, but I did. And I found that level of support with Bulletproof, and really credit the success to that, because like when I interviewed with Bulletproof in the beginning to see if I wanted to partner with you, like you said, you could do 90% of it for us, but there was a certain amount that we needed to do on our end. And so without that level of support showing me how to do the things that move the needle on my end, I think that I might not have been successful with this either. But there was always somebody to reach out to, and they were quick and responsive too, and nice. They were, so like, I didn't feel like I was a bother to anybody, or that I didn't feel stupid or anything like that. It was like I made friends. I felt like I had friends to help me out. And so I haven't found that anywhere else.
Well, that's a great testimony. We try, and I mean, basically we try and do these. We try and learn during these. We try and learn what's happening correctly, try and move away from things that might be a little bit more difficult. But our biggest thing is customer support. We feel like everybody that partners with us, we owe them as much as we can possibly pour back into them, because we don't want you on another channel getting interviewed and you're one of your things that I've tried in the past, which was garbage, was Bulletproof. We want to be the one that somebody says on a podcast that, hey, this is the one that actually helped us out. So we appreciate it. And we love making friends. I call this a family. Some people say, hey, it's a business, it's not a family. But I mean, it just feels like friends and family, and we love it. So thank you for that. So, as moving to the next one, like, as a result of being with Bulletproof for 10 months, like, what is a noticeable change? What is the outcome for you up to this point? So we can kind of quantify, what it looks like. Because we tell people, don't sign up with us if you can't give us 6 to 12 months, because we know how the algorithms work. And it's always different. We've had some people, that just skyrocket in 3 weeks, but we don't tell people that, because we don't want that to be, we want to set the proper expectations from the beginning. So, how has it worked for you in the first 10 months that you've been here?
Okay, so that's an excellent question. And again, coming from me that had very little social presence or online presence at all, it did take a little while. So I'm 10 months in, and we did have to be patient with it, because there was a lot of pieces to put together before I noticed a difference that made a difference in my business. Because it's one thing to be 2, 3, 4 on Google, but what does that mean? What does that mean for somebody's business? And right now, out of the last couple of months since I've ranked, I've been in the top 8 for a while, and now I'm to number 4. And then Anthony did show me how to do the local service ads as well. Mm-hmm. So then I appear twice. Right. They see me at the top, and then they see me on the first page somewhere. And so then they're seeing my name twice. And between those 2 places, it's accounted for 60% of our business in the last 4 months. So, that's a lot. And what I love about it is it's easier business. So what I mean by that is people have literally called me, and they've been nice listings too. It's not, I get a lot of calls, and it's, you're to set proper expectations. Some of them are for rental properties. Some people need this, that, and the other thing that do not apply to me. So it's not like every lead's a good one, but a significant amount of people are listings, and they call, and they've already been through my reviews, and they feel like they know me. And so they call, and they're like, we want you to list our house. And I'm like, great. And the first couple I showed up kind of, with my little listing presentation, like, okay, I'm going to tell them all about me, and they're going to know that I'm going to do this marketing for them and that, and find out what their needs are, and, get on the same page. And one of the first ones, and it was a nice listing in Loveland, which is a really good area for us. And my husband and wife literally just handed me the keys. And it was a property that they have moved out of. And they're like, yeah, we need you to list our house. And I'm like, kind of getting ready to tell them a little bit. But they're like, yeah, okay, just let us know what we need to do. Do you have papers that you want us to sign? And I'm like, well, I can send that electronically. They gave me the keys, and they're like, do your thing. Let us know what we need to do.
Wow.
I was like, so I don't think you should quite trust me just yet. Like, don't you want to know more about me yet? But they did not. And I've had several others like that from Google that were literally just come list me and did not feel like they needed to know any more about us, to know that they trusted us already. And that really means a lot.
That for us, like that story right there, the come list me, like when I hear that so much, the trust factor, it is when you're actually there organically and it's not an ad, there's just a different level of trust that people have for you. Once you actually do some YouTube, videos, and they get some views. Imagine this. Imagine when somebody actually goes and types into Google. They're not just searching for realtor, in your town. They're actually searching for Debbie Harmer. And imagine you come up at the local service ad, and then you're ranking on the first couple of Google, and then you go down and it's actually YouTube videos. So they're like, holy mackerel, because when they search your name, it's a completely different level. It's an actual validation of who you are. And it's remarkable.
That's really exciting. I've never thought about that.
It is. That's really why we put the YouTube course out there for everyone. We were selling it for about $1,000, $995, and selling it. And we said, well, every single client needs to have it. Everybody that has this. So now, we have it up, and we just feel like the benefit is so good for agents, because it's just validation. If somebody in your town refers you, right? This is for me, for example, this will be a real quick story. Somebody in my town, they said, do you know any local real estate agents? And I said, well, yes, I know, this particular real estate agent. And the first thing they did was go to Google anyways. Even though they knew who I was, they still went to go cross-reference them on Google, and they typed up their name.
Yeah.
Right. And, other people don't show up when somebody types in your name. You show up. And if the only thing about you is an ad, it's not any good. It doesn't matter what I tell these people. But if somebody searches Debbie Harmer, or it's local service ad, it is, you're in the map section, or you're in the top 10 or something, and it's YouTube. It's like, holy mackerel. Okay, this person was right. And then you just come list me calls. That's what you're going to get.
Yeah, exactly. It is so exciting.
It is. So I guess my last question for you, because taking up enough of your time, and I love this. I could do this all day. I'm a chatterbox, but what would your vision be for the next 10 months? What could you paint us a little picture of what the next 10 months in your eyes would look like?
Well, so I feel like this is already delivered, right? I already got what I wanted, as far as I didn't have to develop another skill set of how to be a marketer. I feel like I do my job really, really well with being a realtor, and adding a whole new skill set was just very overwhelming. So I love it that you've more than delivered on what I could have ever anticipated this being. But now that we're friends and I have you as my team, I would love it if I could have other realtors that join me, because I have agent partners, that they can get that same service. And so then people that I know are really good realtors are the ones that are getting the business, because we have a saying in real estate, it's not the best realtor that wins, it's the best marketer. And that's great on one hand, but on the other hand, that doesn't always tell the story, and it doesn't always give people the best realtor. And so if I could take the best realtors and give them a program that makes them also the best marketers without them doing the work, then that that would be a really good value add. And I would feel like I was really helping other agents out there, because it's hard to 98% fail in real estate. And so one of the biggest reasons is lead generation. People don't know how to be marketers. And so this is exciting to be able to take good people that are good at their job and then help them to easily get the business that they deserve.
That's awesome. Well, nothing works better for us. A huge portion of our business so far has actually come through our agents. Actually, our agents referring our business has been a huge growth source. So we really appreciate that. Anybody you send to us, we will treat like friends. We will treat like family. We'll do everything for them like we've done for you. So with that being said, I really appreciate you coming on today. I'll wrap this up real quick, but we can't wait to see you at the Tom Ferry event here in a couple months. It's going to be great. Anybody else who is a client of ours, or if you're not, we would love to meet you in person. We'll be at the Tom Ferry event, booth number 31. Come by and see us. Or you can go to joinbulletproof.com right now. You can watch a 7-minute training, see what we do for Debbie and all of our other clients. You can actually download a free YouTube course that we briefly touched on, get a free bullet. You can learn a lot about our company. And that's it. Debbie, I really appreciate you coming on today. Thank you so much. We'll see you in a couple months, and we'll give you a call and see if we can get you some more business.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to interview me. I'm always happy to talk about things that have actually helped me.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. And I appreciate everybody jumping on. Hope this video inspires you. Everybody have a great day. Thank you, Debbie.